What's good, y'all, man? It's Cam, bring another video, dog. Straight like that. Let's get right into it, dog. Comment down below what you want to see in the next video, man. Like and subscribe if you brand new, dog. We are on demon time, and as usual, dog. Thank y'all for 4K, bruh. I'm pushing the story time back to 5K, bruh. Just because I feel like 5K is a little bit more special, bro. But spam them devil emoji down in the chat, bro. Comment down what you want to see in the next one. And let's just get to today's topic, man. Pulling back. Pulling back is a very powerful tool. And the reason that it's such a powerful tool is because it can bring so many different benefits. It can raise her interest. It can raise her respect level for you, right? And it teaches you self-discipline. Pulling back is one of the ultimate weapons that you have against a woman, because 9 times out of 10, when she's talking to somebody, they won't pull back. The regular average beta male provider on earth, right, is not going to pull back from a woman, because we've gotten it conditioned in our mind that we have to constantly be putting our best foot forward, best foot forward, best foot forward. We have to constantly do X, Y, and Z for her. We got to keep pushing, right? And what ends up happening is you keep pushing, and the harder you push, the less that she cares, the less she's going to push for you. So with that being said, that's when you use the pullback method, and that's what's going to separate you, the alpha or alpha in training, from the beta males, okay? So when you pull back, what it's going to do, what is going to register in her mind is this: oh, well, I've never dealt with this before. I don't know what's going on. Why is he not giving me all this free attention, right? Where's the validation at? Where's the him trying to continue to keep talking? Where's the him trying to force conversations that just aren't there? Where's the him showing interest in me while I show him minimal interest? Because the fact is, fellas, these women have rotations. They have rotations. They talk to multiple guys. Okay, you are never the only option. When you're single, you are never the only option. So with that being said, when you are single, okay, and you dealing with a female that you know, she got a rotation of dudes, you got to realize that she's most likely just using your attention and using your validation 9 times out of 10, bro. That's just a fact. You are a beta male orbiter 9 times out of 10. So when you pull back, that's when you establish yourself as, nah, I ain't going for that. That's when she can start to respect you for what you do. Now, it's important to note that you can pull back whether you're single or in a relationship. If you're single, the reason you're pulling back is like just what I said. If she's using you for attention, or if her text is getting dry, right? Or, you know what I mean, she's not showing as much interest in you, that's when you use a pullback when single. When in a relationship, it's a little bit different, okay? Yes, use the same thing as when you're single. So if she, you know what I mean, if her text is drying up, right? If it looked like she's losing interest, you can do that in a relationship. But also include when it feels like your girl is disrespecting you, right? When she's losing respect for you and she's starting to have an attitude with you. And why would she have to have an attitude with you? Because she's starting to get comfortable. Because in relationships, what can happen, not always, but what can happen is she can get comfortable. You can get comfortable too, right? But you always got to stay on your toes. But what can happen is she can get comfortable, right? And start doing things that you don't like to do. But because she's gotten comfortable, because you've let her do what she want to do, right? You've gotten so laid back. Now she's going to free roam. She's going to free range, and just going to turn into a situation in which she now is going to start losing respect for you and use you for that attention while she goes and roams and does whatever she wants to do out here. But in order to prevent that from happening, you have to nip it in the bud. And the way that you nip it in the bud is by pulling back. Why am I holding this pen? Okay, you have to pull back. Now, this is how you successfully pull back. Okay, so let's say this female that you messing with, her text is getting dry. You know what I'm saying? That feeling is coming over you. You're showing too much interest. She's not showing enough interest. The classic situation. The way that you successfully pull back is to cut all contact. Because this is the thing, fellas. A lot of times, guys that try to pull back will try to, oh, well, I'm just going to Snapchat her less. Oh, well, I just won't Snapchat her every single day, maybe every other day. They'll try to set parameters, and they'll try to be like, oh, I'm just going to slowly start texting her less. Fellas, the reason that doesn't work is because women are masters, manipulators, and masters at the slow game. If you try to slowly pull back from her, it's not going to work. It's not going to work because she can read that from a mile away. She's going to be able to read that from a mile away. It's like, Okay, it's like you on a football team, right? And y'all about to run the same play, right? Or y'all running a trick play, but she a linebacker, right? Or she a safety, and she reading that. She reading what happened in the backfield. She see it perfectly. She finna sniff you out real easy. It has to be like that. It has to be off guard, because when you do it like that, it shows that you are not here to waste your time. You was on your own time. You was on demon timing. You don't have the time to be wasting on trying to set up a game plan and text her less and less and less and less. No, the game plan is, if you show less interest in me, I'm going to go. I'm going to leave. Okay? So you cut off all contact instantly, fellas. And by cut off all contact, I don't mean you have to block her. I don't mean that you even have to unfollow her. Remember, you are still single. I'm talking to the single guys right now. Remember, you're single. She isn't yours. You don't need to block her or unfollow her or nothing like that. Just stop talking to her. Stop talking to her. Stop watching her stories. Stop giving her any attention or validation. Stop voting on her polls on IG. Stop swiping up on her stories on Snapchat. Stop doing all of that, because women, especially on social media, is just looking for that attention. They see that you watching every single one of their stories. They see that you lurking. You got to stop doing that and stop talking to her completely, bro. Now, it sounds counterintuitive, but I tell you this all the time. What women like is backwards. Whatever they say to do the opposite. She's going to notice that that attention from you is no longer there, and I guarantee one or two things will happen. Either number one, she will come back and be like, yo, you haven't been showing me no attention, blah, blah, blah. What happened to us, blah, 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 blah. Okay? That's one thing that can happen. Or number two, maybe she just won't text you at all. Now, number two, the option number two is if her interest in you was completely zero and she was completely using you for attention. She never had any interest in you, and it was all cap. It was all fake, fiction. A fantasy, okay? And in that case, you should still be happy, because that's still a successful pullback. The reason that's a successful pullback is because you pulled back and seen her for who she really was. You pulled back and seen, oh, okay, this female was just using me for attention. She didn't really have no interest in me, right? So it was no real point in me talking to her. So when you pull back and she doesn't hit you back up or something like that, it's cool. You now have more free time to go work on yourself. You now have more free time that you're not dealing with a woman that's gonna manipulate you and use you and suck you dry for attention for it, right? So that is still a successful pullback. Now, if she do come back into your life, right? Let's say that she come back, she talking, oh, I want to do this better, you know what I mean? I want to start talking again. That's cool. But when you go back into it this time, remember that you is the prize. You are not going to be used for attention or nothing like that. When you text her, it's to set up a link. Okay, you hold masculine frame, you run your game, and you do it correctly this time so that you won't have to pull back, so that she doesn't lose interest. All right, you don't act beta and show beta traits so that she doesn't end up being like, oh, well, you know, I'm busy, blah, 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 coming up, and you know what I mean, dry text, coming up with all them excuses. Okay, in order to avoid that, you got to be on your game. All right, that's if she comes back. So if you're in a relationship, same type of thing applies. Okay, if you know she's losing, or it seems like she's losing interest or something like that, you pull back, same thing applies, bro. If you pull back in a relationship and it doesn't seem like things is getting any better, right, or it seems like she still don't care, then you might want to consider breaking that off, because a woman that doesn't care in a relationship is a woman that's already emotionally checked out. And if she's already emotionally checked out, chances are she might have cheated on you, because women are emotional creatures. They be getting attached. So when they're emotionally checked out from you, they're probably emotionally checked in to somebody else, okay? So that's in a pullback in that situation. If she's not getting no better from whatever was going on, you probably want to consider cutting that off. You want to consider cutting that off, because you are going to be in a world of pain if you don't. You're just going to be in a world of hurt. You're going to be stuck in a relationship in which she don't even want to be in. But she ain't going to tell you that, because women don't like confrontation, okay? And they're insecure about that type of stuff, okay? Now, if things do get better, cool. But remember, stay on your masculine frame and never lose the game. You don't want her to lose interest, right? So in order to prevent her from losing interest, you have to start putting your interest somewhere else. So instead of showing her all the interest, instead of showing her all the attention, show yourself some attention. So that way, she now is fiending for that attention from you, because she likes things that she can't have. Women want what they can't have. So if you take away that attention from her, she's going to want that. She's going to chase that from you. And that's where emotional attachments and bonds form from. So that's how you successfully pull back, fellas. You completely pull back, cut off all contact, but you don't block or unfollow. You just stop talking to her, okay? And then Number two, you wait to see what she does. If she dips, cool. Now you ain't gotta waste your time. If she comes back, cool. Now you know that you need to keep your attention on yourself rather than giving her all the attention. And that's how you do a successful pullback, man. So like I said, comment down below what you want to see in the next one, man. I love y'all. Thank you for 4,000 subscribers. We going crazy. Biggest gang on YouTube, man. Go Hard Gang, we going crazy, man. Demon Time. I love y'all. I'm out of here, dog. Peace.